Well, I was about to go to bed. It's a good thing I didn't go to bed because we have the Datamines in already for the new banner. So we're going to start things off with the refines as we usually do. Thanks so much to PM1, by the way, for always holding it down with the grab bag here on all of the refines. Alright, so I guess we'll start things off with Yago. He is a Grand Hero battle unit, and he was kind of interesting on release. Let's see what they gave to him. So, Yago's Tome, 14 Might, 2 Range, grants Res Up 3. At the start of odd number turns, if any foe's HP is 1 less than his HP, and that foe is not adjacent to another foe, inflicts attack and speed -6 and guard on that foe through the next action. And at the start of even number turns, if any foe's HP is less than his HP, and that foe is adjacent to another foe, inflicts defense and res -6 and panic on that foe through the next action. At the start of combat, if his HP is over 25%, he gets all stats of 4 during combat. Okay, so the all stats of 4, I believe that part is new. He did the flip-flopping of even number turns and odd number turns debuff before. Although, the thing is, like, sometimes you want one or the other, and you're not guaranteed to get it. So, like, sometimes you would want Panic, sometimes you would want Guard, but if it's the opposite type of turn, then you're not going to get the one that you want. So, that's the one thing that's kind of weird about him. But it does give him an out to, like, units being adjacent or units not being adjacent, which is one advantage that he has over a Versa, where the enemies have to be adjacent. Or at least a Versa prior to her refund. Okay, also at the start of odd number turns, grants defense and res up 6. Foe can't make a follow-up attack and neutralizes foe's bonuses during combat to unit and allies in 2 spaces of unit for 1 turn. Hello. Yo, they turned him into a start a turn buffer? Yes, we take that. And then at the start of even number turns, he grants attack and speed up 6. If unit initiates combat, unit makes a guaranteed follow-up and Hexblade to unit and allies in 2 spaces for 1 turn. What the hell? Yo, Yago is cooking? If the foe initiates combat or the foe's HP is over 75% at the start of combat, he gets another all sets of 4. Yo, he kind of cooked. What? So, guaranteed follow-up and Hexblade on even number turns, or Wary Fighter and Def Res up 6 on odd number turns. This is a pretty interesting unit. So he's giving flip-flop bonuses and flip-flop debuffs here. This is pretty good. Honestly, for a GHB, like, this is pretty good. I can't say anything bad about that. Alright, let's move on. Let's move on to Elanora up next, I guess. Alright, so Mirage Longbow, is she going to be the one TMS character that actually gets the goods? Let's see here. 14 Might, 2 Range, effective against flying, grants speed up 3. If unit initiates combat or is in 2 spaces of an ally, grants attack and speed up 5 to unit, deals damage equal to 15% of her speed, and the foe can't counterattack. Okay, prior to this, she didn't get full-on Fire Sweep. She needed to win a speed check, I believe, in order to get the Fire Sweep. Now she just gets it for free, which is good. Then they gave her -1 special trigger. Okay, that's good. At the start of combat, if her HP is over 25%, she gets attack and speed up 5, nullifies her penalties to attack and speed, and nullifies the enemy's bonuses to speed and defense. Ooh. Okay, one thing they could have did here is give her either tempo built in, or they could have gave her special acceleration on hit. So that way she could, like, really abuse the Fire Sweep, hit the enemies twice, and guarantee a Deadeye to the face. Although, I guess it's not really that necessary anymore. These days, the passives are just so strong. You run, like, you give her, what's it called again? Pledge in the C skill, and then you give her Tempo 4 in the B skill, and then all of a sudden, she does exactly what I just said, while also being able to proc Deadeye immediately. So, yeah, this is a pretty good weapon here, considering that she's a bow type, and she has access to Deadeye. Is this the best TMS refine so far? Probably. See, Tsubasa is good because she's a flying type. She has access to all the busted flying skills. But infantry skills are pretty good too, right? Alright, let's take a look at Balmung Man up next with the Google Chrome. Yo, why is his weapon Google Chrome? Okay. Alright, Balmung with the Google Chrome icon there. 16 Might, 1 Range, HP up 3. Grant speed up 3. If foe initiates combat or foe's HP is over 75% at the start of combat, neutralizes units' penalties, gets all stats up 5, And also gets tempo. Okay, they added tempo there, which is very good. Tempo is one of the better effects, and we're now starting to open the floodgates with it. Also, at the start of combat, if his HP is over 25%, he gets all stats of X to himself in combat. X is 15% of his speed at the start of combat plus 4. And also, if his speed is better than the foe's speed, he gets DR based on speed, 4 times the difference between stats with a max of 40%. So, what do we got here? Dodge, we got tempo, we got all stats up 5, a further all stats up 4 at the bare minimum, but it's going to be a lot more than 4. There's no cap here on the amount of speed that he can get from this. So, like, we see here 15% of his speed. Who knows how high his speed could end up being? Let's say let's do a little check here. Let's say he's got 60 speed, right? He's probably going to have more than that, but let's say he's got 60, and then he's getting 15% of that, so 9 plus 4. So 13. He's getting all stats up 13 with all stats up 5 already. Then tempo, then dodge, and then also nullifies his own penalties. This is pretty good. Is this better? This is better than what they gave to Marita, actually. I think. I mean, off top, I don't remember Marita getting, like, all stats up 18. Yeah, so Balmong actually held it down. This is not so bad. All right, let's take a look at Pala up next to the Valentian Pala. She's actually a good unit, like, even without the refine. So, what did we get here? Also, she was just added to the Binding World Formas, too. So, that's some more incentive to maybe want to get her in Binding Worlds if you see a good one. 16 might, 1 range, HP up 3, grants attack up 3. If unit initiates combat or is in 3 spaces of an ally, inflicts attack speed and defense -4 on the foe during combat, and unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack. If the number of flying allies in 3 spaces of units is greater than or equal to 2, unit attacks twice. Okay. And then if unit is in 3 spaces of a flying ally, enables cancel rem +1. Wait, no, this is... Hold on, this is not Valentian Pala. My bad, guys. This is Baby Pala. Baby Pala and baby sisters, basically. I completely derped out there. It even says Duo Pala in yellow. Alright, my bad. My bad. That's not Valentian Pala. Okay, so now going back. Now that I know it's Valentian Pala, or Duo Pala, attack up 3. If they initiate or they're in 3 spaces of an ally, they do all stats -4, guaranteed follow-up. And then if the number of flying allies in 3 spaces a unit is over 2, they get the brave attack there. Pretty easy. Like, that's not too hard. If they have flying allies within 3 spaces, if they have at least 2 flying allies in 3 spaces, very generous with the spaces there. And then if units in 3 spaces of a flying ally, they get cancel rem +1, which is good because their duo skill gives bonus movement. At the start of combat, if unit's HP is over 25%, grants all stats of 4 to unit during combat, and deals damage equal to 15% of unit's attack. And also, if the number of flying allies in 3 spaces of unit is over 2, grants special acceleration on hit to unit per attack. Yeah, pretty good. I was hoping they were going to get, like, a dual strike support or triangle attack support like Duo Catria and Cordelia do, but this is fine enough. They give it to themselves anyway with a very generous amount of spaces, 3 spaces, so that's fine. And then finally, Wrath here. So Wrath is a Demo 3-star. You can easily get him +10. I'm sure most people even have him at +10 at this point. So Sakayan Wolf Bow, 14 might, 2 range, effective against flying, -1 special trigger. If unit initiates combat or is in 2 spaces of an ally, grants all stats of 4, and reduces damage from foe's first attack by 30%. Not on brave attacks, though. He doesn't get that treatment because he's a demote. And he's a male, too. So his fate was sealed. And then at the start of combat, if his HP is over 25%, he gets all stats of 4, makes a guaranteed follow-up, and neutralizes guard on unit. Okay, the neutralizing guard is good. So that way he can get to Deadeye easier. And he's got -1 special trigger as well. So, like, Deadeye is going to be not so hard for him to activate. Getting all stats up 8 also. And then 30% DR. The DR is good because you can also give him Fleeting Echo. So, that's double instances of DR. And then he's got Flared Sparrow. He can have Insight, attack, speed now. And then for the Beast skill, that's where it's going to be up to you. There's a couple of B skills you could give him, like lull, speed, and defense 4, or what else is good for these cavalry type? You could give him desperation 4, actually, which wouldn't be too shabby, because he's got nullified guard. He can just hit twice in a row, and the second hit is probably just going to be a dead eye to the face. So, yeah, he's not too shabby for a demote, but he's not as crazy as some of the other things here. I think the winner... Who is the winner? Is it Yago? Is Yago the winner? Nah, it might be... Oh, man. These 4 were actually really good. Yago, Elanora, Duopala, and Balmung Man were all pretty good. Who is the winner, though? Like, who actually won? Probably Balmung. Like, at face value, I think Balmung is probably the best one, but in practice, Duopala might be the best one, because she's just got such an easy access to her Brave attack. Then her Duo skill is reusable, giving bonus movement to all your flying allies. So there's no underestimating that. She's going to fit right in on the flyer ball teams that are running around right now with, like, Hinoka and stuff like that. Yago is really good for a GHB, and then Elanora is pretty good for a TMS character. So, like, everyone won in their own regards. Everyone won. He's good for a 3-star. They're all good for what they are, like 5-star banners, duo heroes, etc., etc. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below on these refines, and come back in a sec, and we will go ahead and dive into the rest of the data mines.